We are gathering in this beautiful, ephemeral nature, honoring the nature of spring, the direction of the east, the time that we are in together, honoring the sacred great above and great below as the birds start singing outside. Because when we start attuning to the frequency of the world, the natural world, not so much the noisy world, there's this subtlety that comes. And that subtlety is inside us all the time. That subtlety is always within us, only if we listen and ask to receive it. And so as I've been teaching vocal empowerment, I have a new student who I'm working with in person here in Austin. And as I teach vocal empowerment, I teach how do we attune to the space that we are in? How are we listening? How well are we listening to life itself? And allowing what we share and say to be a product of the environment, of the collective space. And this is how our sound and our medicine becomes healing for other people who are in the field that is listening to us. So just let's start by listening today. Thank you. Ramesh says Michelle has abundance of love and kindness. Awesome, yes. Are you first time here, Ramesh? I appreciate that reflection so deeply. So let us listen not only to our own immediate surroundings for a moment. Let's just drop into presence and stillness with each other without having to. It's kind of like what I already said. We're just being. Let's just be for a moment. We don't have to push in any direction. We can just actually settle and rest. Will you guys all do that with me today? So if you feel like you have tension in your body, for those of you thank you, Jennifer. If you feel like you have tension in your throat or tension in your neck or in your heart or in your mind, a way that you can release some of that tension is to shake. So you can roll your shoulders, rock your head, get the cricks and cracks, out of the body. And maybe you want to go, I'm kind of seeing a vision in my head right now, going, ah. So shake off anything that might be disturbing you from just being able to be, if you can in this moment of meditation. And then see if there's a part of you that can sigh. The sighing is this natural way that the nervous system expresses stale, stagnant tension or energy. So it seems really simple, but we can do that as a practice. We can sigh. So take a deep breath. And exhale with a And then as you do that, see if you can lean back in yourself a bit more. And what I mean by that is if you're leaning forward in any way, you want to just kind of rock backwards and open and rest and just feel like you can relax into your own spine. Do you guys feel that quietude? It was like a lock. As we rest into our own spine and spinal column. In yoga, it's called the Sushumna. The Sushumna Nadi. It's a central column of light that we have in our spinal column. And it's where our chakras reside. And we have the Ida and the Pingala, the masculine and the feminine energies that are represented by these snakes that spiral, and everywhere they cross, we have a chakra. And also a ganglia of nerves. And so it's definitely, physical as well as energetic. And what I believe we do in these practices collectively together is we weave the subtle, emotional, energetic body with the physical body, and that allows this download or this activation of the higher intuitive wisdom. And therefore, all of our bodies, as if we were Russian dolls, we have the physical body that is the most outward, and then or we could even think of the physical body as like the inner one, right? And then we ripple out into these energetic and multidimensional bodies, and those are the big ones, though they are invisible. Does that make sense? So imagine as you're resting into your spine right now, you're feeling not only the physical body, but other bodies layered on top of that physical body. And they're your energetic body, your mental and emotional body. These are layers of your auric field, the higher intuitive wisdom, the higher self, and then your soul. And that soul energy has, I see it like a cord coming out of the top of the head, or multiple cords coming out of the top of the head that allow us to attach to our soul star, to attach to memories, galaxies, different aspects of our higher self and soul, and draw down those aspects of our soul into our hearts so that we can anchor deep into the earth through our grounding cords, because we have these funnels. I'm kind of explaining how the chakras work today. Interesting. Root chakra is like a funnel pointing down. Crown chakra is like a funnel pointing up. And the other chakras have a forward and a back. And I like to think of the back as like your past or shadow content, and then the forward as what we're opening to. And some people who I work with energetically have these gates on their hearts or lids on their third eyes, and or frequency of lid on the crown, especially people who have, and I don't want to be triggering, but religious trauma or have had negative religious experiences with cults or certain sects of Christianity. People that I've worked with, they are fearful of opening up in certain spaces because they have a memory of when they trusted before, then that was blocked. And so it's really important for all of us, and this is something that I've been working on this week actually, as I spoke to one of my mentors this week, and I realized that he was my mentor because he has such a beautiful relationship with God, with the divine, a very forgiving relationship, a very trusting relationship, a very nurturing way to speak to and pray to the divine. And I recognize myself. There's a line in the Torah, I believe it is, in the Jewish Bible, talking about being someone who wrestles with God. And I feel very much myself that even though my work is spiritual work and spiritual teacherness, it's also based on my path where I wrestle. I wrestle for control. I wrestle for... Who else does that, by the way? Give me some hearts. If you're hearing my words and you're like, you feel like there's part of you that wrestles with God. There's part of you that holds back. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I am very well versed in many religions, that's true. I'm a nerd for all of the religions, and the other piece that I love is how similar all of these frequencies and tones and patterns are if you go into the architecture. I'll go on a side note for a moment. I also spoke a little bit this week about appropriation on a Threads chat, and it was funny because somebody was asking about shamanism. It was very much a basic question, shamanism, where do I begin? And this gentleman was talking about like shamanism is an overused word and start with your own ethnicity and start from there. And she wrote, as a brown-skinned woman, she was like, I have like 15 different ethnicities. That's part of the problem. And I wrote back, I don't appreciate answers like that are kind of virtue signal educating on what we think is a politically correct way to talk about shamanism in our culture. And I find that kind of social activism is a tool of separation rather than a tool of unity. As Jennifer mentioned, I'm well versed in many religions, and I really feel like my dharma, my soul work, is to weave together the parts that are similar rather than the parts that are separate. And I want to teach and be an example of how unifying and empowering it can be to find yourself in a field where we are looking at the Egyptian culture, the Mayan culture, the Jewish culture, the Asian, all of the Eastern religions, and the Native American religions, and A Course in Miracles. I'm just looking at my bookcase altar here. I've got so many different, and then we've got New Age, and Wayne Dyer, and Carolyn Mace, and the Sacred Contracts, and Alchemical Healing by that woman who used to travel to Egypt, and a book called Journey of Souls. It's like, it's so vast. The infinite is so vast. Our hearts are so vast that it seems silly to pigeonhole myself to just my genetic ancestry and only be in that lane my entire life. That doesn't make sense to me. And for me, I know personally, I'm not Indian, yeah, but when I chant mantras, I explode. And when I chant medicine songs, you know, and sometimes I'll chant a medicine song or a mantra, a Sanskrit mantra with a Amazonian chapaka. And I know that we can get so much into like the culture of that's not correct. But how much more not correct stuff do we need in the world? How much more, talk about empowerment. Someone mentioned, thank you guys so much. I'm not really reading you guys are so kind. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Blessings to all of you for that. And so talking about being empowered, somebody in the chat, Jennifer, I think it was talking about, or maybe you guys are talking about Dolores Cannon is the goddess. I can't think. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, studied religions of all kinds for 15 years. Know you. Oh, you're so sweet. Michelle, you teach an example of love in the ways that are grounded in the heart. Dolores Cannon, on and on and on, lol. Thank you for sharing you. Thank you guys so much. I bet this is the Elizabeth that I've spoken with, I bet. Thank you so much. Okay, so taking in all of that and me taking your appreciation, I'm going to really do that energetically right now. I'm going to receive the appreciation for my work in my world. Gate gate paragate parasam gate buri soha. And let us call in the directions. Let us take this moment to actually really honor spirit. They just whispered in my ear. I don't have to do that, okay? What would you guys like to do? I'm going to give you guys appreciation back. Because not all of you can hear me. Actually, not all of you you can hear me, but not all people in my life frequency, which is why I'm so devoted to these gatherings. And my guides. All of the tones that I'm emitting and speaking and being with. I wrote this poem recently about my disgruntled nature. This is how I wrestle with God. My disgruntled nature with the spiritual scene, yeah, in the consciousness community that I live in Austin, which is its own little unique bubble, and where I was in Boulder and I've been to California. I haven't really found a community of souls that feel on a similar level as my own, but I do carry these archetypes of outsider and witch and shaman, and we tend to be kind of on the outsides of society. But I feel that those of us, like my mentor and those of you who hear me very clearly, are kind of sprinkled about the earth. Those of us who have this quality of multidimensional consciousness are kind of little sparkles of light that live all around the globe and somehow amplify like little acupressure points or acupuncture points and radiate light of a certain texture and consciousness. Like the whales sing songs and they're the record keepers of the earth. It's just these frequencies and they are subtle, but they are also ancient and they have been here for so long. And when we sing mantras, we tune into it. When I speak the truth about the wisdom traditions of all religions that are based in infinite love and consciousness, and that sings to a place in your heart, that is because you are woven to it as well. Gate gate paragate parasam gate borisoha. And that is the same truth that I see in the Tibetan lineages, and the Amazonian lineages, and the Vedic lineages. They are all here, even in the original teachings of Jesus. It's all that love and forgiveness and reverence for all of life, and honoring and treating your brother as you would yourself, the golden rule. And what if we thought of each other as all connected? And so with that, I'll just do it for clearing. We honor the north, the ancient ones, the stones and bones of the earth, the waters of the west, the dolphins and the whales, all of the beautiful beings, the bear, animal, fall, energies. Thank you for being here. Ooh, as I said bear, it was like vivid energy. So bear has this stillness, this grandmother frequency, this knowing when to rest and when to move, and that's been really much in my field this week. Feels like we're energetically in a transition right now. And we're moving into Taurus season from Aries season, and all the planets are direct. And we're going into this fire of the summer after spring, south. Thank you for being here. Animals of the snake, wolf and the coyote, bird tribes of the east, winged ones, owl, I see you, the eagle. Thank you for carrying our prayers to Great Spirit. Intergalactic consciousness, multidimensional energies, our guides and our angels and our ancestors, genetic and spiritual and otherwise, all of our lineages, all of our friends that we have that are in the astral plane, that we know on Earth, that we hang out with up there more than maybe we see them on Earth, loving all of our beautiful energetic support, calling in all of the bodhisattvas, calling in the saints, the sages, all of the beautiful angelic beings and the ascended masters, Christ consciousness, Mother Mary. Thank you for being present in our circle today. We are so grateful for you. Kuan Yin, calling in the Buddha, all of the Tibetan energies. Really grateful for the intergalactic wisdom, the Sirians, the Pleiadians. We have a lot of astral energy right now in the space coming, so we're going to ask to anchor that down and bring all of that energy into the hearts. Feel the wings on your back and allow the wings on your back to unfurl. And imagine that you have legions of angels and spiritual helpers on your back that are helping you and assisting you and calling you close, asking you to make the best decisions for this new time in our lives. Hear me. Bringing our energy down into the earth. So feeling your root chakra ground now into the earth. Pachamama, Mother Earth, we serve you, we are you, where you are made of your elements, of all of this earth, air, water, fire, ether, great as above, so below. We honor all of the beings that are collectively co-creating the space in the circle today. Imagine that we are in a circle of beautiful astral energy of integrity, that we are protected, that there is white light that transmutes all energies that are negative into universal love and consciousness, and clears the back of our chakras and the front of our chakras and our body, energetic etheric body, that allows us to come into a state of true alignment, so that we are woven from the top all the way through the heart, all the way down through the earth, back from the earth to the heart, and all the way up through the top of the head. Feel a Merkaba, six-pointed star, geometric pattern, Metatron's cube around you, with one triangle rotating counterclockwise, the upper one, the other triangle rotating clockwise. And feel as if your field is purified. And be very grateful during this process. Gate gate, paragate, parasam gate, murisoha. I'm going to sing that mantra. Gate gate, parasam gate, bodhisoha. Gate gate, parasam gate, bodhisoha. That means gone, gone, gone beyond the beyond. All hail the goer. So just breathe and be here and receive. We need to ground a little bit. Okay, good to know. You can ground yourself, by the way, before I sing then. Let's ground somewhere. Just by emitting a tone, you want to feel the lower body, feel the hips anchoring, and maybe feel yourself spiraling and rocking and pulling up energy from the earth. And then if your root chakra could make a sound, what sound would it make? So just interestingly feel the lower body. calm and subtle. Calm and subtle. Yay. That was a nice, beautiful intro. Thank you guys so much. I heard to sing Asatoma. Does that mean the harmonium is where we're at? This is one of the first mantras I ever heard that made me think about how much mantra felt familiar to me as a modality. How many of us are there yet? 50. Oh, we have a nice little cute small circle today. Hi. Do you guys know the Asato mantra? Has anybody taken my Insight Timer course where I teach this powerful, beautiful mantra? It's one of my favorite prayers. It means, lead me from darkness to light. Sonia, you said you wanted to open your voice. Mantras are an excellent tool. I have a course on Insight Timer that teaches you the mantras. Highly suggest you register for that. I'll just sing it, and then in the mantra I say the words as well. Lead me from darkness to light, from ignorance to truth, from death to immortal life. Lead me to you. So this is a really beautiful prayer for asking not to wrestle with God, because you're asking to be led. This is a surrender prayer. This is a voltage for a door to be open. And I think it's really important that we ask for those doors. And I know that we do have to ask, by the way. It's something I get. I think that's how free will works. I think everything is destined. But the more help we ask for, whether the answers come in the way that we think it should. Masatoma sa gamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya
Gamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Shanti, lead me from darkness to light, Asatoma Sagamaya, from ignorance to truth, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, from death to eternal, Mrityorma Mritangamaya, lead me to you, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Nasatoma Sagamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritangamaya, Om Nasatoma Sagamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritangamaya, Om Astoma Sangamaya, Tapasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya, Om Nasatoma Sangamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya, Om Astoma Sagamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Asatoma Sangamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritangamaya, Om Asatoma Sangamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritangamaya, Om Asatoma Sangamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Lead me from darkness to light, Asatoma Sagamaya, from ignorance to truth, from death to eternal life. Lead me to you. Lead me to you. Lead me. Satoma Gamaya Tamasoma Yotirgamaya Mrityorma
Thank you all so much for allowing me to pray in front of everyone. I really appreciate that. I feel grateful and attuned to something cosmic that feels like home to me. I'm curious how that mantra makes all of you feel. For me, there's a deep power in that prayer. That felt really good. The harmonium's calling me again for a song, which is usually I dance around, but maybe we want to sing another mantra. Elizabeth says, Namaste, bowing in gratitude for the sacred sounds, reverence in the air. Sonia said it brought lightness that made me tear up after a couple of weeks of heaviness. Thank you. Open my heart. Thank you. Good, good, good. Hi, beautiful souls. Yay. I'm glad. It works for me too. Mantra is definitely a technology that works, you know. So is green juice. I was like, I'm gonna get juices yesterday, and I got some juices. And it's nice with spring, you know, spring and summer, smoothie and juices, and then when we go into winter, we get like roots and root vegetables, you know, and so we have to align ourselves with the cycles of the year. Ooh, I feel so gentle right now in my soul and my spirit. How are all of you? Let's see what we can do. What would be next? Anybody have any requests? We can sing that it'll be the same key. Do you want to sing the Gayatri? Let's see if I can play with, I'm going to see if I can play with the looper. And play around with the, let's see what happens. Do you guys know the Gayatri? We're singing all the mantras in my course today. So funny. This is a really, really pretty mantra that the meaning is, it's to the Gayatri as a goddess, but it's symbolized by the sun and the radiant light, and it says, you who are the source of all life. I think I sang this last week, actually. You who are the source of all life, who illuminates this world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. It's really, really cool. Prayer. If somebody knows the Gayatri, you can put it in the chat for people to follow along.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
I'm going to present something that I'm feeling in the field. And it's the energy of grief. It's something that was coming up for me this week. And I don't mean to trigger anybody who might not be feeling that at this moment. But I also want to presence what I'm sensing. And I'm sensing this frequency of needing to release grief. And how important it is that we honor that. And so as I let this mantra play, I'm going to be drumming and just chanting over it. And I want this to be an opportunity for us to offer our grief to the altar of this moment, the altar of this timeline, this altar of this gathering. And feel into the heart chakra right now and allow yourself to send out any tendrils or cords or attachments or situations or life energy that may need to be released in this moment.
Saviturvarayeniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo nah Daya Hare Om
Whew. Sometimes we gotta clear out these patterns. But I mean, grief is to be honored, to be honest with you. Did anybody resonate? Did anybody resonate with that last little kind of darker toned transmission? I'm curious. Give me some hearts or put it in the chat. We, in Buddhist teachings, we so often talk about how we run away from pain towards pleasure. And, oh, thank you, good, for the hearts. Yep, tears streaming a bit there. Oh, good, yeah. Yeah, so the way the heart chakra I've studied and learned, I don't mean my personal life and such. I mean, I have actually, if I want to make it personal, I can speak about, I've been in like plant medicine ceremonies before. One in particular, 10 years ago in 2015, where I cried basically the entire evening. And I had no idea what I was crying about. And it wasn't my mind wasn't crying, but my heart was. And I was releasing like what my girlfriend called soul tears. And I feel sometimes, other times I've taken psychedelics actually, to be honest with you, where I'm grieving on behalf of something. Grieving for the ancestors, grieving for misunderstanding on the earth, grieving for all of the things, all of the suffering, all of the death, all of the longing, yeah. And that energy of longing this week was coming up for me huge. And I spoke to one of my mentors. I have a new mentor in my life. I'm very grateful for him. And he said, well, if the grief is there, just be with it and allow it. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was an option. And he also told me a secret. And instead of asking why is something there, be more in the marveling, of, wow, this is here. And so much of our life journey, we're looking for why, and that's not necessarily fruitful, at least in spirit, because spirit speaks weird, man. Spirit's in metaphor, and if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? And this truer path, when I was channeling in the beginning of the talk of multidimensional consciousness and universal love, it's not
necessarily easier, ironically. Yeah, there's high levels of discernment. Also, I feel like this collective energy. I can read a little bit of a poem I wrote. It's long. It's a long poem. It's about the superficial nature of the spiritual community and my own personal path and journey with thinking 10 years ago when I started becoming a sound healer. We were all collectively going in a certain way as humanity. And then I kind of make fun of the current administration a bit. So pardon to any people here who are listening to me who happen to support Trump. I don't think he's a bad guy per se. I'm not like an evil Trump person, but I don't support firing educators or environmentalists. I'm really, really pro-environment and women's rights, are basically my two cornerstones of my entire existence is around education and empowerment for women and men. And I believe that the current administration has an old patriarchal consciousness that separates us from nature and wants to control it and tap its resources. And for me, that doesn't, I really believe in also equitable distribution, and there seems to be a real truth around how, since the capitalist structures have brought up this billionaire rise, then certain groups get have less pieces of the pie to have. One of my mentors was talking to me before about how, actually, maybe this is a good segue for the poem, because I was telling her, she's somebody who has worked in the conscious community for, 30 years as a yoga teacher and Burning Man and, all the hip places to have your name on the poster. And I was saying to her, it seems that the people who are the biggest names on the poster, when I meet them, they're not really as aware as I would imagine. And she was like, yeah, and they make the most money, and then all the other people make less money, and because they take these big cuts, there's less distribution for everyone else, because there's only, the festival only makes so much money. So if this person gets 10 grand, then there's only another 10 grand to split between 12 people, right? Do you see what I'm saying? And so inequality. And we don't want to just make it like everybody has to be the same, like not like communist insanity, but like we also want to create something where a middle way where it's like we're all in attunement and we're serving the whole. We're serving the whole. We're serving the whole. And that's something that I'm seeing that's lacking right now. Oh, good. I'm glad that some of you had releases with the grief. That's good, good, good. Okay, so would you like to hear a kind of snarky poem for a moment? For like a funny little switch to close? Or would you like to sing another song? Or what would you like to hear? What would you like? Bring it on? Okay, I can bring it on. I have my phone here. I'm going to be publishing this on my Substack. I'm recording this live on my Substack right now. And it's a new thing for me to have a Substack and have recordings of my all my stuff in one spot. Would love to hear the poem. Okay, thanks, guys. Pardon if I sound a little edgy. It's got some attitude. It's got some attitude, and I know that we could all be soft, so if we, it's like real talk, rah-rah kind of thing. Okay, it's called I Know Why People Don't Trust the Spiritual Community. Okay. I feel like I should take the mic off the thing. All right, we're changing the tone for the closing, y'all. And it's a little bit long. I have to edit it, so pardon me, forgive me. Should I play something in the background?
Honda yeah hey ya ho ya hey Honda yeah hey ya Honda yeah hey Honda yeah hey ya Honda yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Honda
Let me see what
yeah
she's
hey ya Honda Honda yeah
I know why people don't trust the spiritual community. The new age. Hold on, I think this might be a little bit loud. Can you hear me over the music, okay? I know why people don't trust. The music is too loud. Is it okay now? Okay, ready? I know why people don't trust the spiritual community. The new age multi-level marketing mastermind of I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Here, be a part of my 5-day challenge online summit. Let me put your head on a graphic and give you some kind of imagined power. If we perform like we look like we have it all together, then maybe we will fake it until we make it for just a little while. And if we agree to do this together, then aren't we building community? Isn't this the new earth dream, or did I blink and miss it? The amount of leaders that I have met and stood next to in circle and ceremony who have giant personas on Instagram TV but have no voltage or ability to hollow bone their personality so that they become a sacred vessel for true light to enter into. I have been so disappointed by my kin because I see the soul in them, and also I see I also see the levels of ego and programming and the territorial natures rise over and over again. There is a real lack in our culture of knowing how to show up in service, how to speak for the voiceless without being a woke tyrant and demand that everyone use the same decolonized language as you. Our movement is broken at the moment, and in its place are RFK vaccine warfare with measles outbreaks happening now more than ever, and on again, off again tariff trade wars with China, spastic leadership, our nervous systems flailing, dramatically spiking up and then down like the Dow Jones or crypto. Where, my loves, is our integrity? Where can the feminine look for true leadership in the masculine to protect, love, and serve her? Or true feminine leadership in other women that embodies warrior and queen? I don't see much of those truths around me these days. Not in the bubble that I live in this very privileged American society, and not in the wider whole. And I didn't think 10 years ago that this was the direction we were headed. But it seems that narcissism didn't only become a keyword for empaths to type into and read all about their exes, but an actual plague that we have in our culture. We are so lonely and so isolated, and yet so pretending. Or at the very least, I am keen to all these discrepancies, this lack of ability to actually be in true power and service. I keep seeing these websites to be a speaker here, a teacher there, a leader here, and it all looks false to me. I've become jaded with the scene that I'm a part of. This wellness community just seems so toxic if you just scratch the surface underneath. And so I get why people don't trust us, those who have been burned by cults or communities. And I get why people inside them are so territorial of their power or hierarchy. When they have built a little mountain or a molehill for themselves where they feel seen and heard and parroted back to by their audiences, this glamour can feel like real authority. And on some small level, I also have this. I have a little community of souls who receive my frequency, and I have to admit, my healing work is deeply beautiful and has helped so many. But it has also helped me as I've matured into someone who can carry these codes of discernment and wisdom. And I have used these same platforms and systems that I am judging now to gain some footing. But overall, my inability to build an enterprise for myself has allowed me to see through it as I carry the archetype of outsider, shaman, witch, the one who sees the unseen. And sometimes that triggers everyone else around me. And so I am left only to witness and see the truth that is subtle and beneath all of this, which is this noise is such a racket, and everyone knows it, even the ones who play the games inside of it. And the natural world weaves spells and waves in silence. Oh, how I wish I could transmit universal love and consciousness of these vibrations that don't seem to be landed yet here in the collective to all of you. Because that tone is on my soul and I am hungry for it. I have a longing for it to be mirrored back to me more than anything on earth at this moment. I want to feel felt and seen and met within this frequency of infinity. I want to create it, but I only have so much energy. And at the moment, I feel depleted holding all of these things as I haven't found my true soul family to hold it with me just yet. And this is the longing on my heart in this moment, in this temple that I am building for one and for all. So if you see me, tell me. If you feel what I feel, if you burn with desire like I do for truth and for memory to be revealed, for all of us to grow and to pop the bubble of the facade that we are so entrained into because of social media and the crushing reality that is our government and our society continually separating us, not only from each other, but from ourselves. I get why we are not seen as trustworthy. Over culture, the state of the union. That's it. So I wrote that just 3 days ago now. I burn with desire for truth. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Elizabeth. Does that resonate with anyone? Do you guys understand what I am throwing down here? I actually want to sing on top of this. So we can let all that go. Good. I'm glad that resonates with you. Yes, good. Okay, so let's let it go in an offering. Like when we do a ritual release, like with fire, right? We can have disgruntled energy to bring it back to our theme. We can wrestle with God, but ultimately, God is the problem, is the suffering, God is in the sacrifice, God is in the longing, God is in all of it, right? There's no separation. And we understand that in a multidimensional way. And so we can take this angst, this wrestling, and we can offer it. And so I'm inviting everyone in this moment as we close our circle today that we're doing one last ritual of gathering up anything that we're feeling is in conflict in our lives, is we're lacking satisfaction of, that we're knowing that there's something else. What am I fine-tuning here? What is meant for me? And let us just pray into that for a moment, imagining a violet flame in the middle of the circle, in the middle of the altar space, and we're sharing anything that is in our energy field, anything that is in our minds or our hearts, and we're offering that up into the space, and I will sing and pray into that with us. And so as we release, we also call in golden light, angelic consciousness, the energy of purity, the energy of grace, the energy of our guides, our angels, our ancestors, the bodhisattvas, all of those sacred beings we called in at the beginning of our circle. And we invite them into our hearts now. Breathe that energy in. Fill up with it. And if there's any still lingering grief or energies in your heart, sending them out and offering them like a prayer through your voice. Imagining that you're gathering up anything in the heart chakra. We've really been working a lot with the heart chakra today. And continuing to offer up all of those prayers. Offer them up for transmutation. Offer them up in this ritual. Offer them up. Offer Call in your sweetness. We're going to end on sweetness and innocence. We're going to call in a frequency of innocence. And we're going to weave that now into our hearts. So make sounds with me as we seal up this frequency. Wow. From why to wow. Instead of asking why, say wow. So I hope that our, each of these are always different, each of these sessions. I'm not very much in control of the frequency sometimes. I feel like for example, with the heart stuff coming up, that's something that I definitely did feel in my field this week. So I'm wondering, is that something that I needed? Possibly. Just like with my clients, sometimes when I get new one-on-one clients, you guys always come to me in packs, by the way. It's so cool. And then when I'm doing, so let me just tell you something that I do. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a healer and a coach. I have a thing called vocal empowerment coaching, but really I talk about people with their past lives and their patterns, really, the patterns that they have in this lifetime. And weaving that about someone's soul journey, and your relationship to your voice is really your relationship to your inner power, your inner relationship to yourself, your relationship to your confidence and how you're portraying yourself in the world. And it's all an offering. So when somebody wants to be more vocally empowered, they're really asking to download more of their soul wisdom into their body. And so that's what I feel. Oh, that's so sweet, yeah. That's what I feel is really needed for all of us, is that we have more of our soul, our true self, anchored in the earth. Now, Gary Zukav is a teacher. He talks about authentic power. And authentic power is very different than the poem I read. The poem's about false power. Authentic power is when the ego serves the soul. And when we're service to the soul, we're neutralized in the ego, and we're in service to and right relationship to our guides and the infinite. And that's an important way for us to get out of the way and become a hollow bone so that we can allow what wants to come through to come through. That's how we allow our presence to be healing and an embodiment. And so that is the multidimensionalness of what I do in my one-on-one containers. And because I get a bunch of new people in groups all the time, I do these discovery calls, these introduction calls where I'm getting to know people. And sometimes I see that, and that's what I wrote also in the poem, is that my healing practice has helped so many, but in truth it also helps me, because I learn by serving. And that's what good servant leadership is. A king, a true king, leads by serving and serves by ruling. And that's really important, that we have that kind of leadership in the world. So I am a humble example of that, doing that to the best of my ability on the path. And so I hope that that was of service to you today, April 18th, 2025, locating ourselves in time and space. How are all of you as we close the directions? Thank you to the energies of the north, south, east, and west. Stones and bones of the earth, the ancient ones, intergalactic consciousness, Pachamama, Mother Earth, and all of our guides. Thank you to the ancestors and all of the beings that showed up. Thank you for the grace of all of you and all of your energy in the collective. We bow our heads to this temple, to the sacred violet flame that held us and carried us, that beautiful white light that purifies all of our griefs and all of our transgressions and all of the ways that we wrestle with God, and allows us to really attune ourselves to the frequency of wisdom. And that's my blog, Tuning to Wisdom on Substack. Ooh. michelleinfinity.substack.com for those of you who want to subscribe. Or ever see a replay of these. So important. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to the guides and the angels. Thank you to everything we serve. Thank you for teaching us how to purify our systems so that we become conduits of the highest energy. Aho. Namaste. And so it is. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It was a very gentle and gorgeous transmission. Does anybody have anything that they want to share before we close? And if not, I'll see you guys next week. And really beautiful. We have a very interesting new moon ahead of us. I've read in the astrology that the new moon is going to be aspected by some planets that it makes it a little bit gnarly. So let's see how the energies pan out. Does anybody have any questions? Now would be a good time to ask. Thank you. Thank you for the sacred time together as well. And thank you for Elizabeth. She said that she was tingling with clarity, bringing what she felt as an outsider, observing being in harmony with nature and the cosmos. That's a very interesting piece about like when you're an outsider, you're more attuned with like the natural world and the rhythms of the natural world than actual humanity. I totally get that and understand that, and I think that's a role for some of us in this lifetime. Not necessarily a role that we need to be attached to as an identity, but it may be an observation that let that be okay if that's your path. Does anybody else want to share anything real quick before we go? If not, I am so grateful to have been able to join with you and to serve you, and feel free to reach out to me on this platform or other platforms or find me online. And it's been a real blessing to walk with all of you today. So thank you for all of you. So much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Mahalo. Yay. She said you gave voice to my truth. I love that. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you for being a part of my community. Blessings to all of you guys. Aho. See you next time. Okay, now come to Substack. And thank you guys for watching on Substack as well. And excited to be with all of you. Grateful. Bye-bye.